their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the spotlight, we'll also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. Okay, so I know you love the music, but I know you do not like it playing for too long. But we are here and we're ready for tonight's In the Spotlight radio show. 11 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour, wherever you are this evening. Good evening to you. It is our pleasure to have you join us for another program on another Monday night, bringing you the In the Spotlight radio show. Saying good evening to those of you who are in a part of the world where it's evening now. In some areas it might just be morning. It would definitely be in China morning now. It is our pleasure to have you. A reminder that we are live on Facebook via my Facebook page. I think my guest is going to share on her page as well. And all the other In the Spotlight connecting pages. We have our In the Spotlight fan page. We have the In the Spotlight Facebook page, where we'll be sharing that on there soonest. Like our pages as well. Become a fan of our In the Spotlight radio show page. Connect with us in whatever way that you can. Good night or good evening to those of you who are locked in via Q95 FM radio. We are happy to have you. As I always say, this is a radio show and the Facebook Live is just that, a camera on my guest, just to give you an opportunity to see the guest. That's just all it is. No special production taking place there with the Facebook Live, all right? And tonight on the program, we are excited and happy to have the one who reigns queenly over Bouyon in Dominica, and she's been reigning since 2017 in that particular capacity. We are here with her tonight on the In the Spotlight radio show, and I think many of us know her probably in that capacity. But any guests that I bring here on this program, you know, there's a lot more to them than just what we see or what we think that we know, right? So that is why we bring them here. It's called In the Spotlight. So it gives us an opportunity to know our guests much better and much more intimately outside of what we see on the surface, right? So tonight, it is our pleasure to have Miss Carlyn Xavier Philip, better known to us as Carlyn XP. And this young lady has been working very, very, very extremely hard at her art. And we have to give her credit for that. And her partner, I mean, I know he's the driving force behind it all. We'll talk about him. We'll talk all about that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest tonight is none other than the beautiful Carlyn XP. Let's see if we got Mike. Good evening, Carlyn.
Good evening, Fedina. Thank you for having me. Good evening to all the listeners of Q95.
And your fans.
And my fans.
Yes.
And the fans of In the Spotlight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carlyn, for agreeing to be here. We tried to get you here sometime in December, but to be fair to you, it was very short notice. Yeah. And so I decided the next time that I invite Carlyn to the program, she's going to have sufficient time to know that she's going to be on the program. And I thought, you know, that probably within this time of year would be a good time to have you on. Most of our programs are around, you know, the carnival vibes and so on. So I thought it would be nice, you know, seeing that you're a queen of Bouyon, you continue to reign supreme over, So we thought, you know, why not have Carlyn at this particular point in time? And so, Carlyn, it is our pleasure to have you here this evening. And there are listeners on queue. There are the Facebook viewers, and those who are viewing probably via your page and all of that. So we want to let them know that we're happy to have them here.
Yes, very much so. And so thank you guys, and welcome to In the Spotlight. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you listening via radio, those of you listening via internet, Facebook, you know, Fedina's page, my page, Carlyn XP page, maybe Higana's page, maybe Cornell's page, maybe.
Share
this live. I could go on how many pages it might have been already. So good night and welcome. I hope I'm not going to disappoint you guys and you're going to learn. Send in your questions and comments. We'll gladly answer them to the best of my ability.
Absolutely. Carlyn, I'm going to tell you something. Sometime after Val Youngbull Coffee came from doing his operation, or when he visited the doctor most recently, I went to his home and I sat with him for a few hours. We just sat, chill, and we spoke. And I will tell you, on that day, Val Coffee, while sharing his story with me as to what he went through, spoke so very highly of you. And I said I had to share. I know he doesn't mind that, you know, I would have shared some of that with you this evening. And it made me see a different side of you, because I don't know that side of you. I've never been to the hospital for you to care for me. I've never had anything that I had to come to you and say, Carlyn, I need some help with that in terms of an ailment or something. So I've not seen you in that environment. But he experienced you firsthand. In fact, he said you went all the way to the airport with him, if I'm not mistaken. Without divulging too much about the whole situation, what do you think about somebody speaking about you in that manner? And what was it that you did?
Well, I mean, I get this all the time. I mean, in order for you to do something, you have to love what you do. You have to be passionate about it, and you're not just doing it for doing it sake, you know. And when Val called me, there was no if and buts or maybe about it. It was just drop everything I was doing, whatever it was, and just pick up and run. It could have been anybody, you know, and they needed help. I would just drop it and run, you know. And I went with him, and I made sure that everything was going good from the time that, you know, he left to the time he went to the airport, and, you know, just being there for him and making sure everything is going good and prim and proper, you know.
Well, he appreciated it. I know he must have told you probably a million times, but you know, the fact that he shared it, you know, I thought to myself, this young lady must have really, gone even beyond the call of duty. Who was yours? I think Florence Nightingale. So I said I had to at least mention that to you this evening, and to let you know that if no one else has said to you that they appreciate what you do, Val Coffee is one of those persons who really appreciate you for what you did for him at a time when he needed.
And I remember not too long ago, I went to a Triple K jam in Scottsdale, and my friend Higana was with me, and this dude was just standing there, and we were waiting for some fish. And he was just looking at me, and I felt a little something because he's just there standing looking at me. But he's like, eventually he just broke out and he said, "Nurse, whatever it is you're taking, I'm paying for it." And I'm like, okay, yes, I can never forget how good you treated me on Alford Ward after my surgery. I can never forget it. And I always say, wherever I meet you, I'm going to take care of you because you took care of me. And I was like, okay, now I know I can feel a little better now.
Yes.
So I'm like, here I am just standing enjoying myself, and this guy, he remembers. People will remember when you treat them bad, and they will remember when you treat them good.
Yes, people will always remember how you make them feel, and that is all part of it.
Definitely.
We will talk in a while about getting to know a bit more about you, but since we're on that topic, Carlyn, you are a nurse by profession? Yes, so that is how we got into that. Tell me how you got into nursing and why.
First of all, I wanted to do music.
You wanted to do it as a career?
Of course. And I felt like my mom was like one of those moms you would have. When I hear her thing, I always think of that movie, Sister Act 2, when Lauryn Hill's mom told us, singing does not put food on the table. Singing. So my mom was like, music? What are you talking about? Like, no, you're gonna do something that, because I don't know, maybe those moms back then they would still feel like you have to be a doctor or a nurse or and that's the only thing that is considered as a career. But she thought that was a good way for me to go, and I did it. I went into the field at first. It was kind of reluctant, but then I started going through the motions of going to school, and then when it comes to pharmacology, there I was gonna back out, because when I looked at all these medications that I had to learn, I was like, who's gonna put all these things in their brain? Like, what's going on? Anyways, I went back and I didn't have a choice but to learn it eventually. And then I went on the ward, and that's where it changed. Because I started taking care of people, seeing them come in sick and not so much helpless, but still they're in pain, And that one person that came up to me and said, "Thank you, nurse." That was where it all turned around for me. I'm like, yeah, I think that's where I'm supposed to be.
That's where you're supposed to be. So you started when?
I started in 2007. 2007.
You've been a nurse all this time?
I graduated in 2009.
Okay, so that's still a long time ago.
Yes.
So you decided nurse is what it's going to be, especially with the influence of mommy.
Yes.
And you went through the motions, you did it, and then it came to the point where you had to start practicing being a nurse. What was the most fearful thing for you?
That I would contract something. Because it's very easy to get stuck with a needle, or somebody comes in with something and you now being so much exposed to it that you might just contract something, and that was my biggest fear, that I would get something that cannot be cured, God forbid. And I just had to take all the precautionary measures that I had to, to make sure that I protect myself by any means necessary.
But you've gotten over that, I think.
Oh yes.
You've gotten over that a long time ago. Long time ago. What do you enjoy most about being a nurse?
Just making people feel better. the way that I treat people, the way that, especially All for the Ward. I know I spent a lot of time on Dominica, but All for the Ward was one of my favorite wards, where the guys would come in and they would ask me, let's sing for us now, let's sing for us. You know, and these guys would come in and they would make a whole set of noise. Boy, I'm going back on that bike again. And I'd be like, I'll see you next week on that same bike when you get off from the hospital. You know, just the fun and the joy and the people, they come in ill and then they leave you and they're so happy with how you treated them. That, yes, that's just still the deal for me.
People, you know, you often hear persons talk about nurses, you know, sometimes, especially at the hospital, you know, not being very caring, not being very, you know, concerned about who they are. They just have a job, you know, to do, and they do the job and not really being concerned about the patients. Would you be one of those that they speak about in that way at all?
No, I would say definitely not. I mean, I may have had a couple of days, 1 or 2 days where, you know, stuff not going right, and, you know, you might, of course, nobody is perfect. But to be like that all the time, I cannot see myself like that.
that wouldn't be Carlyn.
No, not at all. It's best I just leave the job and find something else to do, if that's how I'm going to be treating people.
I agree.
Yeah.
How should a nurse behave, Carlyn? Who is the ideal nurse? What should we expect when we encounter a nurse?
A caring person, a loving person, someone that will come to you and be like, not wait for you to come to them. They will come to you, you know, and when, at least if they're not going to come to you, they will make you feel welcome to come and approach them. You know, that you will talk to them, they will know what it is that they are about, and how to take care of you and give you advice and how to help you. Not just come, okay, doctor say give you paracetamol, give it to you and take them back and go. No, they will tell you the effects of the paracetamol. There's not everybody that's can take paracetamol.
Yes.
They will tell you what to expect, what not to expect. If you feel that way, come to me and make the person feel welcome. Because most of the time we don't feel like it's a mental thing. But sometimes some people, all they want to do is just come and talk to somebody. When they come up there, nothing really, you know, just to talk to somebody, and just by talking to them, you heal them, and you don't even know that.
Absolutely. What are some of the wards you've worked in? I know you made mention of a couple of wards.
Yeah, I worked on Alford mainly, Dominica. I worked part-time.
Alford is
the male surgical ward.
Male surgical.
Dominica is the female surgical
ward.
Yes,
I was on this one for a short period of time.
Yes, I worked for a short time at the acute psychiatric unit, and on and off casualty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been at the A&E.
Yes.
Where are you now?
I am at home.
What? What does that mean? Have you finally made the decision? Are you now defying your mother and doing music? What's going on, Carlyn? Talk to me. That wasn't a lovely to a shocker right there.
Well, yes, I actually resigned 3 years ago.
Seriously? Oh my goodness. Wait. So when Val called you, where you were? Already resigned?
Yes.
I have no clue.
I was already resigned. This year will give me 4 years since I resigned. Yeah. It started to take a toll on me, dealing with family and dealing with music and dealing with nursing. Like, these are three demanding careers, and family is a major career, you know.
Yes.
And that's one of the careers you just cannot quit. So something else have to give.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you decide, and I would suspect too that there were times you would have had to ask for time off,
of course,
to perform, or it was becoming a bit much, you know, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So
you made the decision. How easy or how difficult was it to do that?
I mean, I had a little back and forth with it, and eventually I just decided to do it. You know, because I'm like, if I'm going to leave it to do music full time, then I have to put in that work to not make me regret my decision.
Yes.
You understand? And seeing the life of my husband sole surviving on music. I'm like, yeah, we can do it and do it together and both survive.
But weren't you concerned
Of
that
course.
there's, I mean, depending on music, your husband is already doing it.
Yeah.
And then for you now to give up a permanent, stable job to say that you're going to do it, somebody might say you're crazy, girl.
Well, it's all in the family business.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so like I said, persons would think that yes, you live in your stable job and then you're going into the music, but why not? Because there are so many different avenues in the musical industry, that you can branch out to and not just be like, I'm gonna do music, wait for somebody to call me and say, no, you're going to do it. It's now your career, it's now a business. You treat it as your business and definitely you will succeed at it.
Okay, are you okay with the decision even 4 years later?
Oh yes.
And I suspect we'll talk about it as well in a while. At the same time though, Carlyn, if it happens that you have to go back to nursing for whatever reason, is that something that you're open to?
Yeah. Well, actually, I do it part-time.
Okay.
So right now we know there's a little shortage of nurses, and then sometimes they do call me to say, Carlyn, are you available? Because I still pay my nursing license. As long as you pay your license, you're still
you have
registered.
to pay a license.
Yeah. There's a license that you pay, your general nursing license, and I pay that. So I can work anywhere that I choose to work, in Dominica, in overseas, anywhere. I can still work as a registered nurse because I'm qualified in that field. So sometimes they call me and once I'm available, I still go. I go to the casualty department and I lend a helping hand there.
Do you miss it on the wider level?
Sometimes I do. Just meeting different people and, just being away from home. Something you go out and you can come back because you do everything.
Is she saying that sometimes she needs a break from home?
It's like a different environment, something refreshing sometimes. You all need a breather sometimes.
I agree, Carlyn. So nursing is on, well, at least full time is on the back burner for now. Yes. So it's all about music, but we'll talk about the music element in just a while. Okay. Let us just take a quick break and let us get to know the lady behind the voice and behind the nursing element that we just got to know about. It is 8:32, the time in our studios. We're coming right back. Featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, and aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of all people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, public servants, youth, the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the Spotlight, we'll also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m.
In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight, featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the Spotlight, we'll also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight.
This one produced for 2020. Taking a wine and a stranger from my guest to Carlyn XP. You can tell that she's definitely putting in the work for this music thing. This video is very well produced. The song is beautiful and she looks good. But before we get into the music, let us get to know a bit more about what Carlyn. Yeah. Carlyn Xavier, we knew her before she got married to her musician husband, Colonel Philip. But Carlyn, give us some background about you in terms of, I don't know where you're from. I know where you live, but I don't know where you're from. Let's talk.
Well, I'm from Girdle.
Okay. Oh, as we say that, listen, let me just see. Somebody just sent me something here. And if I'm really not supposed to say it, then I'll take a bullet for that one. Ask her, where is the heel by Bully?
Oh, God. That must be Charles.
I'm not calling anybody's name. I'm not calling anybody's name at all.
Yes. So, yeah, that's where I grew up, on a little hill by Bully. So I am from Girdle, born and raised.
Okay.
And I don't know, what else do you want to know?
I don't know why I thought you were probably somebody from, let's say, the east side. Like La Plain or somewhere. I don't know why I thought that.
Like most people will tell me, you have a sister in La Plain? Are you from La Plain? I don't know. I think I have a sister down there and nobody's telling me anything, so I need to go there and find out.
So I'm not the first person who has said that to you?
No, not at all.
All right.
Not at all.
Okay, so I'll help you with this one. So you grew up in Girdle. First of all, tell us about Girdle. For the odd person who may be listening and doesn't know much about Girdle.
It's the flower capital of Dominica, I must say. It's a little small village up on the hill, the base of Mont Anglais, and it's a very quiet community. We are known for flowers.
Yes.
Because, you know, we used to host the flower show, and it's just my little place that I want to go back to so badly.
You miss it?
All the time. Rose hot, you know.
God, it's Rose hot, you know. Were you into flowers yourself?
No, and for some reason, for the life of me, I just cannot make not one arrangement.
Alas.
I've tried many times, and I can do any other thing but make a flower arrangement.
But make a flower arrangement.
That's bad, right?
Yes. Tell me about your family, Carlyn.
I have a very little small family. I'm an only child. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not spoiled. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not spoiled.
So she says. We have no way of proving that right now.
I'm not spoiled. I'm not spoiled. I'm an only child. My mom is, well, let me see. I cannot count how many age, but she is an Austrian, Adeline Austrian, and my dad is Sylvester Xavier.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And on both sides, you are the only child?
The one and only.
And you're saying you're
they
not spoiled.
didn't need it anymore.
You see? You see that statement right there? That is the statement made by a spoiled child. So you have no brothers, no sisters?
No. Just me, myself, and I.
And have you adopted any? Like Hagan right here? A sister? Possibly?
No.
She's spoiled. You see? Hagan is saying that you're spoiled.
Hagan doesn't know anything.
Alright. How much can you share with us as to who your mom is in case we know who she is?
Well, my mom hasn't been in Dominica for quite a while.
Oh.
You know, I was still small. I was in primary school still when she left Dominica. You know, but she is a very good domino player.
Okay.
And
a little birdie said you are too.
Who's saying the
They're
things?
spilling. They're spilling.
I need a catapult somewhere.
But are you?
Yes, I am actually. My father is too. A very good domino player.
So your mother, is that how they met through dominoes?
I think so.
Oh my goodness, I believe that. For whatever reason, I believe it had something to do with dominoes.
And then they went ahead and made a whole domino baby.
I tell you.
What are you guys doing?
I know, right? So she was a very good domino player.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And your dad on the other side was?
Still a domino player.
Still a domino player.
Farmer. Yes.
Can you do any farming?
Of course, I can do everything, but if I see a worm, I will run for my life.
You can't be a farmer, can you? If you see a worm, you'll run for your life, but you're a nurse for crying out loud.
Are you kidding me? I will run.
You
for
see
my
the worst
life.
of the worst as a nurse.
I know a lot of people say that, but what the worm gonna do? It will scare me.
I could understand if you said a snake.
I
But
can
not
tolerate this snake.
Are you? You can tolerate a
I will
snake?
tolerate this. I wouldn't touch it or anything, but I will let it pass, go about its merry way. As long as it doesn't interfere with me, I will interfere. But if I see the worm, I will run for my life.
Oh my goodness. A little creature that is harmless wouldn't do a thing to you. You're so scared of it.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Let us talk about, so you have no brothers, no sisters?
No.
Grandmas or anybody still alive?
No.
Grandma's
No grandmas.
gone.
All my grandmas and my grandpa's gone. I did raise up with my aunt.
Okay.
After my mother left, I was raised partially with my aunt.
Okay.
So I have 4 adopted sisters.
Okay.
You know, we all consider each other sisters, and we all move like sisters. I call their parents mommy and daddy.
Okay.
And that's a thing that will not change now. You know, I grew up calling them mommy and daddy, and forever when people will say, "That's your daughter?" Then she'll be like, "Yes," and then eventually she'll say, "No, that's my sister's child." But I consider them my sisters. We all consider each other sisters, you know. So the 4 of them and me.
Okay.
That would be my siblings.
That would be your siblings. But just give us a typical view of what life was like for you growing up as a child, as a girl, as a young woman.
I think I was very troublesome.
I suspect
like
people love that.
Like the person not talking about bullying, I'll go for you after. I was a bit troublesome, a bit tomboyish, you know, wanting to do everything that the boys were doing, climbing trees, riding bicycles down the Jordan Hill, and just playing fun games, but more or less boyish games. But I grew out of it, thank God. Growing up, I had a very decent childhood.
Okay.
You know, nothing too elaborate or extravagant or, too bad. It was fairly decent. I went to the Girdell Primary School. And from there, I went to the St. Martin Secondary School, then the Dominica State College and Nursing School. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yes.
Nothing too flashy about this, right?
No, just pretty much down to earth like any other normal person.
Yes, I can tell. I can definitely tell, Carlyn. What are some of the things you enjoy doing in your pastime? Do you hike? I see somebody said, have you hiked up more? They're helping me here.
No, I have been to a certain distance, but to say going for like the real hikers do,
Okay.
no,
So what do you enjoy doing?
I enjoy going to the beach.
Okay.
I haven't done that in a while.
I suspect
but
why.
yeah, I enjoy going to the beach or the hot springs, or just sitting back, relaxing, playing a good game of dominoes. That's my thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
You enjoy that?
I love dominoes.
Let's talk.
Like, it might be end of me.
How did you, your mom taught you said?
Yes.
Your
that's
mom
how I
played?
learned. Yes, she played. My dad played.
So did you just look at them or did you?
Dominoes taught me maths, and that was my favorite subject in school. Yes, I get that.
Make the connection. Make the connection.
Maths, because it taught me how to play the game, and to play the game, you would have to learn how to match them. Now to match them, you have to know this is 1. You have to match 1 with 1. Then you have to match 2 with 2, and 3 with 3. So you have to be able to count in order to know this is free and this is free. You understand? So it taught me how to count, and doing this, I felt like maths was just like a domino game. I could make something out of it and learn how to solve mathematical problems using a simple game.
And that worked.
Of course.
And you were good at
I
math.
was very good at maths.
Okay. I'm still trying. I know the link, but I'm still trying to understand how did this help you with math on that school level. But anyway, What else do you enjoy? Somebody said you play rondas.
Yeah. Oh God.
You see what you don't remember, they remember it for you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, I do play a good game of rounders. You know, right now I am with the Rainbow Hat Hitters. Okay. I just recently joined the team because I was looking for a team to play because I'm like I really need to keep active. So I just called them and they were like, yeah man, we need players. So yeah, so I just went with them and played a couple of games with them. They're a very fun set of girls to be with, and I do play rounders.
And you enjoy it?
I enjoy it to the max.
What was school like though for you, Carlyn, in terms of high school and even primary school to some extent? What was that like?
Primary school was easy sailing, you know, nothing really to talk about in primary school. High school was good. High school was very good.
Which one?
I went to St. Martin Secondary.
Okay.
Yes. I wasn't a student.
Right.
Like, now I sit back and I realize, like, Carlyn, even if you passed, if you had studied a little more, you could have actually passed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you get a second grade, you figure, okay, yeah man, that good. But you could have like really did some good studying and get a fifth grade, you know, that kind of thing. Some children feel like because they're at a certain level you get 80s and that good. But you could have studied and get a 90
yes.
or maybe even 100%. So that's my one take from high school.
Yes.
I wish I could go back to
and
those
do
days
it
and do it over.
Yes.
I mean, they present these opportunities now for persons like me that really want to go back. I don't think I want to go and sit up in a class now. I should have done that when I had the time, right?
I'm at uni now, and let me tell you, it ain't easy, girlfriend.
I know.
It is, you know, I catching my, you know what, but I passed. I'm getting good grades, and that's what matters to me, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
What matters to me. Carlyn, this one, although it was done for Christmas, I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And before we start talking about the music elements, I really enjoyed this particular one. And I remember seeing a lot of raving reviews on social media for that particular one. So we'll start in just a while talking about your musical career, where you at, some of the work that you've done, and what is the future. What does the future look like for you?
Okay.
Okay, guys, we know it's not Christmas, but you know, enjoy this one. this one. The voice, Carlyn. When did you know that you had the voice?
Ooh. The voice, the
Yes.
voice, the voice. I've always loved singing, you know.
Uh-huh.
I used to practice to Michael Henderson at home and try to hit the
You used to
high-
practice to Michael
to
Henderson.
yeah, I used to practice to Michael and try to hit those notes and I was like,
She's amazing.
yes.
Mhm.
I was like, Carlyn, don't do it. Don't try this at home. You know, but
Best place to try it.
yes. So I used to just sing to all different kind of music. I really love reggae music,
Okay.
so I would sing a lot to it. And one time we used to have shows during flower show.
Mhm.
My cousins and we used to always have a little show ourselves, dancing and singing. And two of my cousins, they were supposed to do a song by Beenie Man and Lady Saw.
Oh Lord.
And they were singing that song.
Mhm.
And then the same two, they were supposed to do a song by Brandy and Monica. The boy is mine.
Yes.
Right. And I was
You didn't say the wonderful
No, I
voice.
didn't say I didn't say the first one. And one of my cousins, she wasn't there at the time, but I was just, singing still and minding my own business. And then my other cousin came and she said, but why Carlyn don't sing this song? Carlyn singing this song so much nicer. And I'm like, okay, what am I talking about? Leave me alone. I was just doing my own thing. But from then I was like, okay, maybe she's onto something that I don't. I've never told her that up until this day. She might not even know if she's talking about it. I know she's watching. I'll message you after and let you know that. But I was like, okay, she might be onto something. And then, I started singing a little more. And then I was with this group called Energy Band.
Mhm.
Ali Roll, Daryl Damia, he's a police officer now.
Okay.
Colin Butler was in that group.
I don't remember that band, Carlyn.
Energy Band. We used to call ourselves Muddy Fair at the time.
But I know of
We used to call ourselves Muddy Fair.
I remember Modi Faye, a
Yeah.
band called Modi Faye.
Yes, that was the band, and I sang with them a couple times, but still in the background because I'm like afraid of my own shadow at that time, So, and then Maggie heard me, and Maggie was like, "I gotta get you on a stage." And most people don't know that Maggie was the person who put the Johnson Peters.
Interesting you say that because just this week, Leandra Lander put this post on
Yes.
Facebook and she said she remembered the person who gave her first
Her
break.
first
She spoke
break.
about me in terms of one area and she spoke about Charlene White Christian in another area. And then you came on and she asked other people to say, who gave, and you came on and you said Maggie.
Yeah.
And I was like, Maggie? Okay. All right, we learned things.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So, well, again, he heard me, and Maggie is a how do they call him? He always advocates for people, and when he sees talent in a young person, he tries his best to push them forward and put them in the limelight, and back then it was not Flo, keeping a wireless girl in the park, and he had a group with Bouyon artists like Nai and Skinny and the whole shebang. And he was like, I'm going to make you sing 2 songs. I'm like, what you talking about? I cannot go on stage by myself. Please don't do it. It's not going to happen. And always been
You're
like,
resisting.
Yes, I cannot, I just can't. But he was like, you're going to do 2 songs. And he had a band, and Colin was part of this band. I couldn't stand the boy to save my life.
Colin? Oh.
Yes, that same one.
Gosh, we'll talk about that story, don't worry.
So I did it.
You couldn't stand Cornell?
No, because he wasn't playing my song right. Imagine that.
Oh my God.
Like my songs, I did Roll It Gal from Alison Hines, and then I did oh my God, what's the name of that song?
Sing it?
A Rihanna song, it's a Rihanna song. I don't wanna be a murderer.
Yes.
Right, that song. And he played these songs back to front. Rolling Gal was so slow, and that song of Rihanna Odo was so fast. I'm like, what are you doing?
And you're mad as hell.
I am mad. And I'm
You
like,
don't know in your mind that I'm gonna be your husband.
God. If they had told me that like back then, I would say no,
No.
never. What are you talking about? That cannot happen. The same way I was when I said I wasn't going on the stage.
Carlyn, you're literally killing me here tonight. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so he put me on the stage. I did this song. It was well received, you know. And
Did you make noise with Cornell?
yes. After I was like, "What you doing, my brother? Like you did not play the songs properly." You know.
You told
and
Cornell Philip
can you imagine
that he did not play your songs
that
properly.
bold little girl there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you what he tell you. You tell
And the next thing I know, Alex Bruno was having a show. They were having a show for Jeff Joe, who was still alive at the time, in Newtown, and he wanted backup singers. And there I was. I had to go back in the man's studio.
The same Cornell.
Oh Lord. I don't know what they were doing to me, but yeah, it just. I think they were onto something. It's their fault. I'm blaming them, Maggie and Alex. So he got me on that stage, and then I moved on to not Fanatic. I did Caribbean Vibes before.
Caribbean Vibes was reggae.
Reggae,
Yes.
strictly reggae music.
It's really nice.
Divine, and you know I spent a year with them, and then I moved on to Fanatic. Fanatic band. They wanted to do something different, you know. By that time, Conan and I were kind of like, you know, seeing one another, moving together, and he was like, no, I do not want her in the band. And they were like, yes, we're gonna have 2 female vocalists in our band, because Sharian was the lead singer.
So there I was, the first time I remember seeing you perform. I remember we were at Fortune Hotel. It was a group of us from the company, including Jeffrey, my GM. I remember Ian Dorival was there. I was there. I don't remember who else was there, but I remember those 2 persons, and we were paying particular attention to you that night. I remember you very, 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 very well.
Yes.
For that very first time at Fortune.
Wow.
With Fanatic.
Yes.
I remember that. If I recall anywhere that I saw you first, for me it would be there.
Okay.
Yes. So you got to Fanatic.
I got to Fanatic, and I spent how many years? I think the band has been around for a good while. My career was like about 5 or 6 years with them, and then I decided to go solo. Because things were starting to change in the music industry.
Yes.
People wasn't really hiring bands no more. So it was kind of getting a little bit difficult, you know, to get with jobs and things like that. But I was still nursing.
Okay.
So it wasn't really a thing for me yet.
Okay.
But then when I decided to leave nursing and still doing the band, it was really working out. I decided to branch solo.
Okay.
And I was like to the guys, if I make it, everybody making it. Because eventually they're gonna want Carlyn XP.
Yeah.
You know, and then once I'm traveling, you guys are behind me. You know, so
they remained as your musicians.
yes, some of them did.
Some of them remained as your musicians, although you went solo.
Yes.
What was the conversation like with the rest of the?
Well, we just had to explain to them what was.
And you mean you and the same fellow?
You know, we just had to explain to them what was our mission, and you know what we wanted to do in terms of our musical careers, and you know, I just explained to them the main thing in any situation that you're in is communication. As long as you have good communication, I mean, some people will take it in politely, some might have different opinions, and they might want to go their separate ways, and it's all well.
Hey, but it happens.
Yes.
Beyonce went her own way. You know, it happens.
Of course, it happens.
It's an expectation anyway, you know, that at some point there will be a point where somebody who feels that I may make it better on my own, you know, branches out and does their own thing.
Yeah.
So I want to move away from that for just a minute, from the music, because the same fella keep coming up a little too often in the last couple of
conversations. Don't talk about that fella.
You know, somebody say you getting away with murder with him. Yeah, I tell you, they're selling you out there, you know, on the social media vibes, they're selling you out, Carlyn. So you, how did you? I mean, you met him through your situation when he didn't play your music well and so on. You didn't feel like you couldn't stand him. When you could start to stand him, tell me. Oh, what happened? Take us through.
I don't even remember everything, you know.
Tell us what you remember. You're not getting away.
I'm trying, you know. That's right.
You don't get away with me like that, Carlyn.
I mean,
after you couldn't stand him, man. Yes.
After I couldn't stand it, remember I told a little bird called Alex?
Yes.
He brought me into the guy's studio to do the backup singing. And I think it was either on the second or the third band practice. He just handed me his phone. And I was like, okay, I take the phone.
You know when they do that, it's putting your number.
But he had already done putting everything, and the only thing that was remaining was the number.
So you put in your name?
He put in everything. Just hand the phone over, and when I look at it, I was like, okay, what's missing? The number. Why did I put my number in that phone?
That is it. So I myself waited to hear. So the man did the first part, and then all you had to do was put in your number.
All I had to do was,
but for how you couldn't stand him and how to do
all I had to do was give him back his phone.
Or put in a wrong number.
You know, I mean, but I put in my number to the phone, and the rest is history. Can I say the rest is history?
You can say the rest is history, my dear.
The rest is history.
And you've been together. Since. I remember when you got married.
Yes.
I remember seeing the photos on social media and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think people were generally very happy for you guys, though, because again, you were both. You seem to have had a lot in common, especially where the music was concerned. Yeah. So and it's been how long?
It's been, oh my God, well, we are married for 7 years.
7 years. I was gonna say 5, but you see, it's even longer than that.
7 years.
And together for about what?
For about 10 years.
For about 10 years. Good stuff.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. You know, to be for a fella you couldn't stand.
I cannot understand. I still can't stand it.
Oh my God. I like that. And clearly your husband has a sense of humor. So you just laugh at that. So back to the music, and since we're on Cornell for a bit, though, on a serious note, I know Cornell must be the backbone of all of this, Carlyn. In fact, getting you on the program, I didn't go through you. I went to a message Cornell.
And all he said, in the spotlight, Monday, 8 p.m, for that called.
That's right. When I was ready for the video, I went through him. When I was ready for the bio, I went through him. So I can tell that this couple is a magical couple, and is a couple that is doing great things together. So initially he didn't want you in the band.
No. He
didn't want you as part of the band. Do you know why?
I think he had a problem with us being together and me being in the band. Maybe he was foreseeing certain conflicts that would arise in the band, in terms of where he might want something to get done, and people might see it as him being partial to me, towards me, you know, and just trying to stay away from that.
Did it happen?
Did what?
Was there any type of conflict that would have happened along the way as a result of you being part of that unit?
Because we knew how to keep it professional.
You knew how to keep it professional, and that is certainly very, very important.
Yeah.
So tell me how from the time you decided to go solo, what was the plan?
Well, the plan was to make a name for myself, you know, and...
Oh, your mommy is on.
Yes, she is.
Oh no, please don't talk about my son-in-law. Got me a nice son. Oh my goodness.
Yes. You see why I can't stand him? Because everybody's taking for him.
Yes, really. Yes.
So, I really wanted to, we decided we want to make a name.
Were you all married already?
Yes.
When you made those decisions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we were. And like I told you earlier, persons were not hiring like big bands anymore.
Costly.
Yeah, very. So we needed to do something that is smaller that we can still, because at that time we're both surviving on music, you know. So we have to figure out a way that we're gonna branch off, and like we said, it's a business, so we have to treat it as a business. You regroup, you find out what can work for you, and because sticking to the same old thing, I mean, people are gonna get fed up of it eventually, understand? So you have to find a way to revive it and make it look spectacular. And there goes Carlyn XP, and the hottest thing on the block right now, I might add.
No, I have to. I have to agree with you. There is no argument on this. I mean, you're producing music at relevant times. You keep it coming, and so there is absolutely no question about that.
Yeah.
For those who do not know what the Carlyn XP represents, I know, obviously, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. But tell us what the Carlyn XP represents.
Extra pretty.
Extra passionate.
Yes. But it's actually Xavier Philip.
Who came up with it?
I cannot remember for the life of me. I just figured I cannot go by Carlyn Xavier Philip. We needed to shorten that. And then people keep calling me XP. And I'm like, that is so contradicting, because my husband is an Apple guru, and to be calling me XP, like, it sounds much like a computer, right? But it was so fitting to just shorten it as Carlyn XP, and it has a nice little ring to it, I might say.
It does.
Yeah, so I cannot remember exactly how we came up with it, but I don't know, we just started calling people, just shortening it and saying XP, and it stuck with us.
Okay, so it's Carlyn XP, not just XP or Carlyn.
It's Carlyn XP.
It's Carlyn XP. That's the full name.
Yes.
Carlyn XP.
And I tend to not leave a space in between,
so
on purpose.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's Carlyn, the X and the P together,
Yes.
but you use capital X and
Capital
capital
X, capital
P. So yes, I think I definitely observed that.
Yes.
And well received in Dominica.
Yeah.
How is it being received out there?
Well, I am just starting to branch out regionally, and just Saturday that Cornell sent out this song and the DJ was playing it, and he was like, he's hearing this song playing, and somebody told him it was Cornell Phillips' wife, and he was so excited because he checked in, he loved that song, and he's playing it, and Cornell got a few calls from the outside world again saying they cannot believe it's his wife, and where has she been, like they cannot understand why this person with these great songs and this music.
Which one of the songs in particular were they listening to?
We released Don't Stress Me Out.
Okay, do I have it here?
Yes, it's right there.
Okay, let's see what it was that got that person's attention.
That one we call that one Stranger.
Yes, but this is the one, I swear that is what I was playing. There we go. your deputy manager there. Don't stress you, just leave you alone and enjoy yourself. And look at the face on the... So this is the one somebody heard. And what was the feedback?
Yes, like they just couldn't imagine or believe that they haven't heard of me yet. Like Saint Martin, they called me right away like, we need to get you on the radio, and right then I just had that impromptu interview on the radio in Saint Martin, and like everybody was calling like, I can't believe that's your wife, boss, what are you talking about? So it's going places, and you see it has that international appeal to it, and everybody can relate, or mostly everybody can relate to the songs, and I'm getting ready to move out.
You have to.
Yes.
You have to, and you're going to do well.
Yeah.
Because the music that you're producing is very good music. It's clean music, it's good music, and it's music that people can enjoy and relate to.
Yeah.
Now, the songs that you've launched for Carnival, how many have you launched so far?
I have launched 5 of them.
5 of them?
Yes.
Namely?
Stranger.
Foreigner. I know this one.
Yes. Don't Stress Me Out.
Don't Stress Me Out.
Caribbean colors.
Okay.
And the 2-for-1.
And the 2-for-1. So
yes.
those are there. We'll play them as well in a while as we go through the conversation here with Carlyn XP. How can someone get your music if they want your music?
They could get it on all major download sites.
Okay.
You have Rhythm Nation, you have Apple Music, iTunes. You could get it on, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you could get it on there on all the major download sites.
So we don't do albums anymore per se?
Not really.
Not
like
really.
If somebody wants an album or so, or they have a flash drive or something and they want to get the music, then they can always call the boss man.
Okay, and of course you pay a fee.
Yes.
And you get the music on the
yes.
flash drive. I think that is a good way as well of getting the music. You just want to play it in your car. You just want to enjoy the music, and you kind of do the YouTube thing while you're in your car and so on. There is a way that you can get it. Well, some of us get it. Cornell sends it to some of us, so I'm included in that distribution list. So I do have the music. So it's really good stuff. Is it something else?
Yeah, Cornell can send it to them.
Cornell can send it to them as well, but pay your money. They're not giving it to you for free. It's hard work, a lot of hard work. And talking about hard work, Carlyn, what is it like being an artist, being married to a musician?
Yes.
What is that like, being in that industry?
It's a lot of hard work, like you put it, and especially being married to a musician like mine. Trust me, because he's gonna push you.
Yes.
He's gonna push you to deliver it, especially if you know you can reach your full potential, and sometimes you can be slacking off. But I know sometimes I just be like, I need a break. I just want to quit sometimes, and just be like, why did I choose this life for myself? Because it's non-stop. The music is always changing, it's always evolving, and you have to keep up with the times. You always have to keep up your appearances. You always have to go to interviews. You always have to go to the show. There's always something for you to do. And then you have to go to rehearsals, then you have to go to the studio, you have to produce songs, you have to pen songs, you have to, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Who does the writing?
I do 99% of my writing.
Seriously?
Yes.
You write your own songs?
All those I have for this year, I wrote all of them.
Okay. I thought in the back of my mind that probably Cornell played a bigger role in the writing as well.
No.
He's the music man.
Yes.
He puts the music together.
Sometimes you might just say, don't pronounce it that way, pronounce it this way. Or take out that word and put that word instead. But I write most of my music.
Awesome, Carlyn. It's really good when an artist can be an artist and also write their own songs.
Yeah.
It says a lot about, the person and what the person... you work harder for yourself.
Yeah.
You work harder for yourself. You pull what you need to pull together for yourself. I think that is an awesome trait to have as well, when you can be an artist and write your own song.
Yeah. And sometimes I feel so amazed at myself when I go and I sit in the studio and I'm just there and I'm writing, and more I write is more I feeling things coming in my mind, and I'm like, I can't believe I come up with that, but I still writing.
How do you get inspiration?
Sometimes I might see something and I might maybe go through something and I might just feel like, okay, I should write about it. It's something that's very relatable, let me write about it. Or sometimes I like going in the studio and I put on the sounds and just let it blast a little bit, and I turn on my phone and I put it on record. So I will just say out things. I will just say things, say things, and listen to it, and just work on whatever it is that I said before. See what catches, see what sticks, and just elaborate on it, fix it up, make it proper, and just like that song I did, The Foreigner, I just hear the beat, I heard the beat, and I'm here and I'm vibes into it, and all of a sudden I never had that foreigner, and I say, hey, look a song, I'm gonna write it.
collaboration like that happen? Do you write both parts? How do you make contact with this artist? How do you decide, there is the person that I want to work with? How does it happen?
Well, you're talking about a foreigner.
Yes.
You know, and you're doing Bouyon music. So you
natural
somebody
yes.
that doing Bouyon and fits in the profile of a foreigner. You know, so I just like Cornell, see if I want to jump on that.
Oh, Ada is his name.
Yeah.
I say Eddie. Okay.
You know, and he sent him this song and he sent him the correspondence one time and he's like, yeah, I want to do it. You know, so I guess he had the same feeling I had when I heard the beat. You know, when Tommy sent the beat to Cornell and he played it for me, and I'm like, send it for me, tell him just send it in. And I don't need to hear the rest because I'm already in love with it. I don't need to, and I'm like, what you doing? Like, you're wasting time. Tell him what I want the tell him what I want the beat because, you know, yes, that's fine. So shout out to Tommy one time, Tommy Connect, and, you know, I love this beat so much. So he kind of sent us a message to Ada and he was like, yes, you want to drop on it, and you know, he fits so perfectly with his French.
Yes.
And there I say, okay, I will drop a French verse too, you know, because you gotta have the crossover.
It's a nice song.
You know, yeah.
Yes. Do you provide him with what you want said, or he listens to what you said and then just fits in?
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Yeah. But in that case, that's how it's done.
But most times I would presume.
Yeah. Like if you working with somebody, you can, you know, you meet sometimes. Like I have worked with Benji N2O, and when we did our songs, How Many Licks, and we sat down in the studio and we worked together on the lyrics and decided, okay, we'll say that, or I don't say that. But in this case, remember, he lives in Guadeloupe. So I just tell him, see how we can flow on it, see how you can vibes with it, and you know, he just answer whatever it is.
So he does his bit in the studio over there, sends it to Cornell, you do your bit here, and Cornell puts it together. And you get magic.
It's a whole song.
Yes, you get magic. I think that was a really, really good one. I like that.
And that's the one that everybody's telling me about, you know, so that might be my hit for 2020.
You have you have a couple hits right there already. You have a couple of hits right there already. Let us go back a bit, Carlyn, to when this whole started to unravel for you. You started to take part in the Bouyon Monarch.
Yeah.
Bouyon Monarch. Before that though, did you do anything competitive?
Yes, I did, because before Dominica we used to have Soca Monarch.
That is true.
Yeah, we did Soca Monarch International Artist Night, that's what we used to call it, you know, and I did, what year was it? 2010 or 2011, thereabouts. And I won the Groovy Soca Monarch that year, and I came in first runner-up after Daddy Chess in the Power.
Right. So I remember that. I did the judges thing that night, so I remember that.
Yes. So that was the only thing I did, and then
how was that experience? Did it give you the drive to do more?
Actually, I don't like competition.
No.
Like,
you don't like losing out?
No. That feeling of you can actually lose. It's like it takes over you, you know, and then you have all this extra pressure for no reason on yourself when all you have to do is do what you've been doing all the time. It's go on stage and sing. But now you have somebody or persons actually looking at you and judging you. You know, so that added pressure. But I mean, when you have people like Cornell in your corner, you know, you feel like you're ready, you're set to go, and nothing but the top for you.
Nothing but the top.
Yeah.
So after that came the
Bouyon Monarch.
But there was a break.
Yeah.
There was a lull.
Yeah. I mean, after that year that I won, they never had.
Oh, and you beat the guys. We must say you beat the guys, by the way. We forgot that part.
Yes.
You beat the guys.
All the guys.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the last year they had that competition. You know, and then after that they came on with another company. took on Bouyon, and so they had it for 2 years, and both years I emerged the winner.
So you're still the reigning. There was none in 2019.
No.
And so you did 2017 and 2018.
Yes.
How do you prepare for something like that?
A lot of late nights. And I mean, once you have this song and you have a team working behind you, you can do a lot, and I have Cornell manning the musical aspect, and I have persons like Fluffy and Higana manning the production, and they want nothing less than perfection from me. And it's like, if it's not good, it's either you go big or you stay at your home and you don't go anywhere.
And they're letting you have it.
And they're letting me have it right there and then, and what you're doing, and you need to go and rest, or you need to get up right now, or you like.
But I can tell though that these ladies, based on the things that I see they post on social media where you are concerned, I can see those ladies have your back, your front, your top, your bottom, everywhere. I can definitely tell that for sure.
Definitely. And I call them my team Carlyn XP. And they are more like sisters to me, because anytime I call any one of them, they will come, they will drop whatever they do, especially the Hegana. I can't see the girl. Everything, she will just drop whatever it is she's doing, and she will come and she will help me with whatever it is that I need. And
who is that, Hegana? Oh, the person that is now in the chair over there in the corner.
They're freezing, but she's there. She in the studio, they're freezing. Yes. She's here because why?
She's right in line of the AC. That's what's happening to her there.
And Carlyn asked her to be here, and I'm pretty sure she's tired because she's coming from school and she had dance rehearsal. Then we had to make sure we're ready for my show tomorrow.
Yes.
And instead of she's in her bed resting, she's still here with me.
And not to jump again, I mean, not to move from where we are, but we dealt with the competition element already. Those ladies dancing with you and all that good stuff. You really do put on a show. Yeah. And I think people come for that. People come to see a show. Yeah. And when you're performing on that stage, you give people a show. Yeah. And as we're talking about show, you're preparing for a show tomorrow night. And I want to make sure that they catch it before some people maybe decide it's my bedtime. Let us talk about what it is that you're doing tomorrow and what led to that. Yes. And I know you did something last year as well.
It was year before.
Year before. Yes. Okay, so tell us about that aspect of the business.
Yes. So I will start the year before. We decided we were going to, well, first of all, we got an opportunity to perform in Belgium. Right? So we decided, let's have a show that can prepare us for that, because it's a whole new different ballgame for me as a first time, traveling so far and for such a huge event, So we wanted to put on a show that would help the band and most importantly help me to prepare for that that tour that we were going to go on. So we decided to have a Carlyn XP showcase, and we did it with all female guest artists. So I'm like, since I'm gonna be highlighting myself, why not highlight some of the ladies in the business, and we did it, and at 5-star Bandwheel at the time, and it was so it was well received.
I heard about it.
That I when I got down there, I was like, all these people are there to see me. I had no idea. I had no idea, and all the sponsors came on board. They did it free of charge, and it really got me thinking, like, you have a huge following, a huge support, a huge fan base, and you cannot afford to disappoint them now, and over the past 2 years, people have been meeting me on the streets or, calling and asking. Even sometimes if I'm on the radio station, they call in and they asking, Carlyn, when are we going to get another Carlyn XP showcase here? The first one was so nice, and we decided to do another one tomorrow. It's carnival time, and we just coming up of the hype of Christmas time, and people want the music, and unfortunately I had to cancel my whole Christmas because I got the flu.
Oh my goodness. But you were quite in demand though during Christmas. I recall that for sure. You were very much in demand for those songs that you
song.
released during Christmas. You see how important it is to do good work?
Yeah.
When you do good work, people appreciate good work.
Of course. So I ended up, because of the high demand and working and, here and everywhere, not resting, getting the opportunity to rest so much, and I still caught the cold.
Oh.
It just put me down flat for Christmas, so I had to cancel most of my gigs. So people were still, asking like, when are they gonna get their show? And we just decided it's carnival time, so why not do it then? And we're having this big show tomorrow for you guys, not for me, for all you are doing it.
Like Bouyon.
Yes, like Bouyon. Bouyon will be front and center, and of course, Bouyon, I know you're going to be front and center. And he already asked me what time the door's going to open. So nobody, if only we go, you can take Bouyon front seat or you lie. But we're having it tomorrow at Club Classified.
Okay.
And it's from 8 p.m. because we want to start at a reasonable time so we can end by at least midnight.
Because the following days
it's working. So we don't want to deter people from coming thinking they're going to be tired. No, come out, have a good time. You ask for the Carlyn XP showcase. I'm giving it to you tomorrow.
What is the cost?
It's $40 regular, $50 by the gate, and it's $100 VIXP. I know that would take you.
I was like, what? VIXP. I love that. Yes, I like the creativity.
Yeah.
I like the vibe, Carlyn. So, an invitation is extended to everyone, especially the fans of Carlyn XP, to come tomorrow night at Classified. How much work have you put into this?
A lot. I mean, the guys, I don't think we slept yesterday, did we? No. We were at Club Classified yesterday, and they have been practicing
I saw the video.
Yes. Till that kingdom come, and everybody is they're still over there preparing as we speak.
Fluffy and so?
No, Fluffy isn't there, but the guys and them are over there, setting up and making sure everything is well set and ready to go for tomorrow night. And
what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get tomorrow?
You see, I cannot get away from it. Even if I wanna have something simple, they will not let me do it. Even for my video, my music videos, like if I'm Media House, he does all my videos.
I meant to ask you, who is Media House?
Joanza Stewart.
Oh, Joanza. Yes. Oh, sorry, Joanza. I should know you're Media House.
Yes. And I'll ask for something simple, and it's all these elaborate things that they want to do, and it's like they say, go big or go home.
I agree.
And you see, I want to do a nice little show for my people, and they're like, no, it has to be a whole production, it has to be something spectacular that people are going to talk about after, and they want another one, even after this one is finished, right after they want another one again.
And I get it though, I get what they're saying to you though.
Yeah.
What they want the appeal to be there for Carlyn XP.
Yeah.
So if Carlyn XP whets my appetite with one show, then I'm going to want more and more. So your people are right. I'm taking their side on that.
Yes. So the guys have been practicing really hard, and I mean, I've been taking them on a little joyride with me, just be like, practice today please, and thank you, okay, yes. Even my dancers, I have to get them so motivated and hyped, because everybody's working so hard. It's all the people see is the night when you come and you see the stage and you see the glamour.
Hey, that's the case.
And they don't really know the amount of work and the amount of effort and the amount of sacrificing that goes into putting on just a little event that you might come and see. Oh, it's just a small event. It's a lot of work.
Yes, and I see that you've put in the work as well,
yes,
in terms of the physicality, and you look good. I remember sending Cornell a message one time, and I said, Carlyn looks really good. It's amazing. I don't know if I don't have you in my phone, Carlyn, but I always just message Cornell. I don't message you at all. I send all of my messages to Cornell, when I have my little feedback or just want to give a little I suspect I maybe don't have your. I do not have your number in my phone.
Okay.
That is why.
We'll fix that. We'll fix that. We will definitely fix that.
Tell Vagina to ask her about Expeditious and the Expeditious brand. Okay.
The same word.
Tell us about the Expeditious. Well, we were talking about, before we go to that, we were talking about the fact, and it's serious business.
Yes.
And so you realize too, if you're going to be on stage and whatever, you have to make sure that, you look as, hey, we can say what we want.
Yeah.
It's all part of the package. And when I saw you, I think it was, when did I first see you? And I said, oh my goodness, what is she doing? In that way. But you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Carlyn. Not only do you look fantastic, you're also a very beautiful woman.
Yeah.
So I think you just have the complete package. The voice and everything else. So I think you have the complete package, and I think it's just going forward from there.
Yes.
Tell me about the expeditions and whatever thing that they want you to talk about right there.
Well, it's just a thing that I say,
Keep it expeditious.
Keep it expeditious.
I see that. I think I even used it in one of the
Yes.
posts that I put.
Yeah.
I just figured that's
my word.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and get it in Oxford. I don't know who I have to speak to, but I'm gonna try.
You'll have to Google. How do I get a word included?
In the Oxford dictionary, they say if you speak things, it will come to pass, right?
True.
So I'm always saying that I gotta get my word into Oxford.
Yes.
Bootylicious is in Oxford.
Bootylicious?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
So expeditious can be.
It can be there too.
But Carlyn, what is it to keep it expeditious?
To keep it expeditious means you just be yourself all the time, every time, no matter what. You keep it expeditious.
So I can use the word if I want to,
Of
then
course,
Carlyn. I mean, I use it when I was talking about you, but can I use it for myself?
You just be you all the time, every time.
All right, Carlyn, let's take this one. It's called 2 for 1. What does that mean?
Let's find out.
Okay. That's the number you should have put in the phone for fun. Carlyn, this is really good music that you're putting out in 2020, and it's early in the year. I know some of this you're doing it for the carnival season, but I've also seen you do produce work for Christmas. You've done for Independence. Have you done a calypso?
No, that's the only one I haven't done.
We need to do a calypso.
Spadina has always been. I remember one carnival I was on. Oh, which band was it? I think it was Fanatic Band, and we were passing right outside because they used to pass in that little lane right there outside of U95. And she was standing outside downstairs, and she's mouthing to her friend, "But Carlyn should go and do calypso." And I saw her saying that, and on the mic I was like, "Nope." I'm not gonna do it.
You don't have to compete,
but just
you
do
don't
it.
have to. Just do a. You remember one year Issa did one.
Yes.
Issa did just
Yes.
do a calypso.
Yes.
We know that you're a diverse singer. Have you done reggae?
Yes.
Outside of singing with Caribbean vibes.
Yes.
You've done reggae.
Yeah.
Well, we want a little more reggae. We want a little bit more reggae. We stick into the Bouyon / soca. We want one calypso a year. One calypso a year, and we're good. But Carlyn, what does the future look like for Carlyn in terms of music production, performing, and all of that?
Well, right now I am just looking to market myself a little more. I mean, we have already started on that, and now we're working on the whole package, to see to market myself, not just in Dominica, but outside Dominica. And we're already getting there. Next week, I'm already going down to Tobago, and we're going back to Belgium again in the summer. Yes. So things are looking.
So you got a recall?
Yes, we got a recall.
You did well.
Yes, we did. And the promoter was like, I wish we didn't have that thing where we don't call back a certain act. in 2 consecutive years, because we would have done that with you. You know, because they wanted to always try and change it up, you know, but he didn't waste any time. As soon as that 2-year period was up, he called us back. So we will be going back to Belgium in August. Next weekend we're going to Tobago. I will be performing at the Tobago Soca Monarch, the finals night. I'll be their guest artist. And I'm just really looking forward to branching out and making it out there, you know, because I am on a mission to not just take Bouyon music to the world, but let them know what the Dominica female artists have to offer. I keep telling them, it's not for me, I do it for all of us, Dominica by extension.
What is the ultimate event that you would like to perform at?
Let me see. WCK performed at Madison Square Garden. I can reach there. I think I can reach there. You know, performing on that major stage, maybe even Super Bowl might be stretching it a little bit.
I like you, Carlyn.
You see, when you get that go big or go home thing all the time, you try to reach as far as you can, you know, but I think I can be amongst all the great names, all the great artists. I have something to offer to the world too, you know, so I just want to put it out there, and I want to represent Dominica to my fullest capacity, and, you know, just let people know that this tiny little island can produce so much big artists.
What do you think, as you're talking about this, and I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, but we know last year there was the production, the family production. We're hearing about the conch shell and the shell down, you know, this year within the same circles, kind of thing. Do you think that we're exporting Bouyon? What do you think is happening with the music? Is it something that you're okay with?
It's okay, because I mean, we sing reggae. Reggae is from Jamaica. We do soca. Soca is from Trinidad. I don't really hear them complaining that, oh, you're taking our thing, or, you know, don't sing reggae or whatever. Music is universal. It's bigger than any one man or any one woman, you know. And I don't have a problem if anybody wants to do Bouyon music. I mean, we have people in Guadeloupe, we have artists and musicians in Guadeloupe who do Bouyon music full time. I have met a whole band in Saint Martin, and all they do is Bouyon music, you know. So I just want, when it goes out there, we know when we hear reggae music, you automatically think of Jamaica. When we hear soca, we automatically think of Trinidad. When we hear Bouyon, we automatically want to think of Dominica. That's what I want for it.
And that is what you want. You want the recognition.
Yes.
Do not call it soca.
Do not call
it any other
Don't
thing.
Don't say it's from anywhere
else than where it's from.
I'm going to slip off the tongue.
Yes.
So just let it be known that it's Dominica's own.
And you're okay.
And I'm good with that.
All right. And of course, it's important to have the international appeal.
Yeah.
So something like this, St. Vincent can relate, Montserrat can relate, Aruba can relate, everybody can relate. And once there is a song that you can relate to, then you then get to know more about the artist, and then comes the opportunities. All of your songs have international appeal, and I think it's exportable. And I think, I'm sure you take this into consideration when you begin writing, that you do not produce music just for Dominica.
Right.
You have to produce music for the world.
Because you have to, what I want the artist to understand, and I mean, I don't know everything. No, I do not. I'm just come.
Yes, you're just
is
come.
That when it's a product, you're creating a product, and it's something that you want to sell to people, you know. So if you're creating a product and nobody wants it, not even for free, then it's not good. Better you throw it. You understand? So you have to remember that I think we just need to learn how to not treat music like a hobby or something we love, or, you know, and we're just doing it for doing its sake. Let's do it and make it marketable. Let's do it and see it as a business. Your music is your product. That's how you sell yourself, through your music.
Absolutely. Asa Banton, we know, my very good friend. I always say that because we are indeed very good friends.
Yeah.
Is someone I would probably like to see you do something with.
Yes.
Is that something that you would consider?
Yes, I have reached out to him actually, but it's that things that both of us are so busy, especially him, he's traveling here and everywhere. So we haven't gotten the time to like really sit down and put that production together. I mean, you might say, yes, you might say, but you
don't make me get involved.
Thing. But yes, we have actually had that rapport already. It's just to come together and just do it. Yeah.
Anybody else you would like to collab with?
I have reached out to a couple other persons in the same genre, Bouyon genre, but I mean everybody is so busy right now, so it's all a work in progress. I guess I know for sure, like I want to work off season, to get the work in now so that when the time comes, it's not just now we're doing work, is you have it there already. It's just to brush it up and say, oh, let's take out the cobwebs on it and put it out there, know.
Have you done the festival as Carlyn XP?
No.
Is that something that you're looking forward to?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
You think you can get the call this year?
Well,
I think you've put in the work.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll just sit back and I'll just wait until it's my time.
Your time will come. Your time will come, Carlyn. Your time will definitely come. This is Carlyn XP on the In the Spotlight Radio Show. This 2 hours goes by so quickly. Yeah. It's already 9:53, the time in our studios. We're just going to take a bit more of this one and get ready to wrap it up on the program. What's your favorite, huh? That's your favorite? Just said no calls. Okay, yes, we can squeeze in a few calls. I'm sorry. I've just picked up a bad habit of we end up in the conversation and I don't get much time to get into the telephone calls aspect. But if we can take a few calls before we wrap it up. The numbers are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. The overseas line is 1-305-432-9624. All right, let's make sure we got this going here. Yes, good evening.
Good evening. I just want to congratulate Carlyn. She's a little extra.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you for that as well. Thank you for calling. 449-3095. I open up the line, so you better start calling. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. I'll take my time with the overseas number. It's 305-432-9624. Good evening.
Carlyn, that's your boy energized. I said, my love, good
night, good night.
Carlyn, every 5 years from I mean, although I said I want to be a Christian, but you have me.
What?
But Carlyn, guess I would like to do a track with you before I baptize. What about that?
What is that at all? Oh, wait.
Girl, you're my everything. I don't know what Carlyn, you have places to go, and trust me, girl. All I can tell you is best of luck and God bless you. Right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, Energizer, before you go, you telling me you have intentions of baptizing?
Yes.
Very soon you're going to baptize. But you want to do a song with Carlyn before you baptize? May God help you. All right, have a good evening, my dear. All right, bye-bye. Hello, good evening.
Greetings, Vadina, what's up?
I'm good. Good evening.
How you doing? What's going on?
Hi, Dion.
Yeah, I just want to pick up Carlyn XP. I will let you know this is the 2020 and this is her year, No holds back, You got a beautiful voice, and I know your husband from since WCK time, this competition with Serenade and WCK. you know, and he's got a lot of talent and his experience. And all we got to do is just give the support. Like you said before, Bouyon, the Dominican thing, but you have a variety of styles. So when you go out there, give them all that you got. Let them see what Dominica got, you know. We are Dominica in the Caribbean that's going to let them know Dominica is this. Dominica is this. And you're going to do it, all right? And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Well, Carlyn, I'm sure if you continue putting out the kind of music that you're putting out, I mean, the number of tracks we played here this evening, they're all of a very high standard, good quality, and if you continue putting that type of music out, I mean, there is no question that you're going to keep soaring, and you know, we have to support you. We have to be behind you.
Yeah.
We have to encourage you. We may not be able to give you probably financial support, but we have to encourage people like you and your husband when you're putting in the work. And that is the important thing there, is putting in the work and putting it back out for us when we come to your showcase, we come to see you wherever it is that you perform. And again, it's all about quality. And once you can give us that quality, then, you know, there is no question that you have places to go. Somebody wrote that you're a very gifted person, and I believe that you are. The number to call is 449, aren't you listening? 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, and Bouyon is the one I'm giving that little trouble right there. So Bouyon, we're waiting to take your call, so call us, okay? All right, let's hope this is Bouyon. Good evening. Good evening, my dear.
Good evening, Carlyn.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, and you girl, you rock.
Thank you.
So down at 5-Star Bar and Grill. And I mean, from there, you know, I mean, I just knew we had to have another show.
Definitely, and you were front and center.
I've always, since you've come onto the music scene, I've always enjoyed the music. You give so much good entertainment. You make people happy. You make, me, I enjoy myself. I'm the kind of person that when I get good music, good entertainment, I enjoy it. You know, there's nothing nicer than having good, like Fudano was saying, good, nice, simple, decent, and, you know, lovely music. You know, so I want to, keep on telling you to keep on doing the good work together. Your boy Cornell, who's my friend also, and I'm really happy to be on board with you guys tomorrow evening. And I look forward to tomorrow night and many more nights after that.
All right, thank you.
Good luck to you, my dear, and like Fudano said, your time will come, you know. But
thank you so much.
When you're over these endeavors, I think that's where the hard work is, you know?
Yeah.
Take it one step at a time, and good luck in your musical career.
Thank you.
So, I'm out.
All right, thank you. We'll take this final call. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
So first of all, I want to give appreciation to Fudano.
In the Spotlight talk show for what you do and for bringing the stories of people to the airwaves. So I want to appreciate you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the recognition.
Yes, you know, I listen every Monday. Whether I know the person or I don't know the person, I still listen because we can learn something from anybody. So I want to thank you for that. And then I also want to recognize Ms. Carlyn XP and want to encourage her and tell her keep on doing what she's doing. And also because, you know, I understand the music industry in Dominica is very male dominated, and so it's glad to see a female stepping up and doing it properly, and I just hope that she can influence other female artists to do what she's doing and to encourage her and tell her keep on being positive and also spreading the music. So I thank I appreciate her story and learning about her tonight, you know, and thank you. So have a good night and thanks for everything. Bless up.
Thank you so very much.
And thank you as well for your feedback. There is one person who is trying to get through to you, that if they don't get through to you, they're going to hold it against me. So I'm asking you again to try now. I said it was my last call a while ago. Try now. If I can take you, I hope you're dialing. So try now and let me see if I can get you on for 30 seconds so you can talk to Carlyn. I am waiting. I see you typing, but I'm waiting. The phone is acting up. Oh gosh, I hope we're not waking up anybody in their bed right now. All right, Carlyn, let me tell you, it was a wonderful evening. We got to hear your music.
Yes.
We got to learn about you.
Yes.
We got to know about your showcase, for those who probably didn't know about it, for tomorrow at Classified. And I really do hope that person's turn up and support the vibe. Let us wrap up, Carlyn. Yes, your final comments for us tonight.
Yes, so first of all, I want to thank you again, Fedina, for having me on.
My pleasure, my darling.
It was a really, at first I was like, ooh, what are we going to talk about?
For 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
People always say that.
You know, and then once you get into the conversation, I mean, it just flows naturally. So thank you for having me and for putting me in the spotlight, literally.
Okay, let me see if I can take this to see
Sure.
if it's. There's 2 people from overseas trying to get through. Let me just see if I can take that quickly before we wrap it up. Hello, good evening.
Well, this one is not from overseas.
Yeah.
Congrats, girl, and I shall be there.
I know.
That
I
sounds
know.
like Ophelia.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my God. From one sister to another. One with experience, one who has made her name for Dominica and herself in the business, an icon, a pioneer, and she's calling to support you. That's what I'm talking
course.
about.
And-
Thank you, Ophelia.
She's always in my corner, I can tell you.
Oh, I think that just put the icing on the cake. Yes, indeed.
And you ladies rock.
Aye, aye, aye. Okay.
I'm going to know that I
All right, thank you, my lovely, lovely lady. Yes. All right, let me see if that's one of the overseas people. Hello, good evening. All right, you got through.
To the girl from Bouyon, from Geraldine County, you know who it is. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, boo.
You know that. I know it's so good, little girl. Singing on that hill. But that's
What you know about little girl? What is that from me at all?
from Geraldine. For that, she used to sing when she called
Like you're so grown.
You know what I mean?
Go on.
sing from Jordan 5 to 4 on that hill by the guava tree. On the way by my mother's house. Love you guys. Good night.
Love you too, my darling. Thank you for calling and contributing as well to the program. Back to Hadley was trying to get
Yes,
through,
I know.
but I don't know what's going on. So I can give him a second to just try, and if he can get through, you know, these people when they want to give their support, you have to take
Yes.
it. So if he can try and get through within the next 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. How do I try to work with you? You're not working with me right here. Carlyn, back to you as we were wrapping up.
So thank you guys for tuning in and staying with us and sending in your comments. And you know, I know most of you, well, everybody I can see they enjoyed, you know, the show.
good vibe.
And yes, I appreciated it so much, all the comments and all the support. Thank you so much. And again, I will see you guys tomorrow at Club Classified for the Carlyn XP Showcase, the Carnival Edition. You know, we have a lot of entertainment in store for you guys, so come on down. I know persons were asking where you get the tickets. You can get tickets at Bullseye Pharmacy, at One Pot Bar in Roseau, and at Christine's Bar in Jurdal. Or you could call Heyana. I'm always giving out your number. I don't give out my number, I give it out her number. Or you could call Cornell. You could get it from either one of us.
Yeah.
I do have. So you could get your tickets in advance. It's only $40. Or you could wait and pay by the gate $50.
Yo, you contribute, if you have to pay the $50 to contribute to this lady's producing such good music, it's all worth it.
Yes.
It's all worth it, Carlyn. Carlyn, you are an awesome guest. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. I hope that you can remain as healthy and no flus, nothing.
Yes.
So you can get all your carnival gigs done.
Yes.
You know, so you can make that money. You need to make that money. Yo, that's what you're doing now. That's your that's your career. That's your future. That's your life. And I really do hope that you succeed at all you do. I look forward to even greater things from Carlyn XP, and I know that as the year unfolds, we're going to hear that calendar, that schedule, you know, being dates and new places being added to that, and new adventures, and we look forward to seeing all what you have to offer for Dominica as time goes by. All right, Hadley, I don't think we can do this on WhatsApp though, Hadley. Can we do this on WhatsApp? Hadley?
What's up?
Make it quick on the WhatsApp. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, I just want to say big up to the queen, not self-proclaimed, but you know, she is really the queen of Bouyon music. And you know, I just want to say that I'm proud of Carlyn. I'm an advocate for Carlyn. Some people say that I'm biased, but I'm biased with reason. She's capable of doing all what we think she can. You know, and I just want to say kudos to Carlyn. This is yours. Fingers, great work so far. You know, you're doing a good job, and have fun tomorrow.
Thank you.
For me to watch that day.
Hadley, thank you so much. You have a pleasant evening, okay? All right. Technology is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap on the program for tonight. We will be back here next week, Monday. Join us for another In the Spotlight radio show. Until then, have a pleasant night, and we'll see you again. Thank you again, Carlyn. I have to say thank you to Heyana for coming and keeping me company. You know, is that green here? Green here? Green here.